Hello and welcome to my very first fully dedicated yoga video. This is going to be a series, so if you enjoy this video, please stay tuned for more. Just a disclaimer, this practice is personal to me, it's a unique flow, so if you're uncomfortable at any point, please take a break or try a modified version of the pose. So we're just going to start with a short meditation and a little bit of breath work. So we're going to close our eyes, breathing calmly. Inhale deeply all the way to the top of your inhale, breathing in, holding at the top, very slowly letting that air out all the way to the bottom of your exhale. We're just going to rest here, breathing at your own pace. So I thought I would start this practice with a little quote from this Buddha book that I have. So as you're sitting here breathing, I'm just going to read you a quote and hopefully it resonates with you. So the quote today is, "Weigh the true advantages of forgiveness and resentment to the heart, then choose." Weigh the true advantages of forgiveness and resentment to the heart, then choose. Sit with that for a moment, breathing deeply, noticing your surroundings, any sounds, feelings, the air on your skin, the weight of your body on the mat. Remind yourself that you are safe. Remind yourself that you are welcome. We're going to take another inhale all the way to the top, holding, exhaling slowly all the way to the bottom. And you can slowly blink open your eyes. We're going to start our flow by kneeling at the end of the mat. You just want to sit on your heels. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can sit in crisscross position. We're going to inhale with our hands on our knees, arching the back. This is going to be a seated cat and cow. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Really drive that chin close to the chest. Truly, and open up your shoulders when you're in cat position. Think about rounding the back. We're going to do this for a couple more breaths. Now we're going to go into a different variation of this pose. We're going to bring our hands into cactus. So have the arms bent in front of you. Bring them out to the side. Inhale for cow. Open the chest. Exhale. Bring the elbows close to one another. For cow. And you can bring your hands back to your knees and do some circles with the hips. We're just trying to warm up the spine. So we're going to start with a bit of a challenging pose here. We're going to go up onto our knees. And if your knees are sensitive, you can fold your mat like so. My knees are a little sensitive. And then you have a little extra cushioning. We're going to come up onto our knees, push our hands back into our lower back, and push your hips forward. You want to keep your chin close to your chest here. You can bring your hands back to your heels for camel pose. You can bring your chin up a little bit, but you don't want to be falling all the way back with your neck. We're just going to hold here for a breath. Keep those legs really strong. We're going to bring our right arm over our head and to the side. Just rotating that shoulder outward, opening the chest. And then we're going to circle, push our hips back all the way. Breathing here, and then opening to the other side. It's a full rotation. On the in-breath, you're bringing that arm overhead. On the out-breath, you're coming down to transition. In-breath, arm overhead. Out-breath, down to transition. Now we're going to bring our hips back to our heels. So bring your hands behind your feet and behind your hips. And you're just going to roll on down, resting your forehead on the mat and just rounding your spine, melting into the mat. Still breathing deeply here. We're going to stay here for about 5 to 10 breaths. Opening the back as you breathe in. We're going to do rabbit's pose here. So just grab the back of your feet. You can bring your hips up. Your head is still on the mat. Bring your toes under your heels. Breathing in and then rolling your spine up towards the ceiling and keeping your chin close to your chest. This pose is really intense on the back of the neck. So if it's too uncomfortable, you can just stay in that child's pose. Just make sure you're breathing here. On the next out breath, come back down slowly, melting back into the mat. And we're going to use our core strength to roll on up. Straightening the spine. We're going to bring our feet in front of us, having our legs straight. And then you can push your hands into the mat to fully straighten the spine. So now we're going to bend our right knee, bringing it close to the hip. We're going to bring our foot in to our inner thigh as close as you want. Breathing in and then walking our hands towards our opposite leg. Breathing calmly here. Just noticing where you're at, reminding yourself that you're doing a good thing for your body. This is a self-love practice. We're going to walk our hands back up to straight spine. Right foot close to the inner thigh, and we're going to wrap it around to the opposite side of the knee. And then we're going to bring our left arm over and behind the right knee, turning back to twist. I like to roll my neck out here a little bit. We're going to breathe in. And on the out breath, we're coming back to center, and we're going to straighten that right leg. Getting a hold of the foot with our hands. You can even roll out the ankle here. If it's a little tense, you can flex and point. Still breathing. Keeping that spine straight. You can strengthen the quad to straighten the leg a little bit more. And you can bring that leg back down. So we're going to breathe in, hands overhead, and then you can roll over onto the legs, touching the toes here. Sometimes it's nice to just reset your body a little bit before you stretch out the other side or strengthen it. Breathing in, and on the out breath, we're rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Straighten the spine. We're going to do the left side. You're going to bend your knee here. And if you'll remember, we brought our foot in close to our inner thigh. Breathing in and rolling over onto that right leg. This is a passive fold, so you don't have to push yourself. Your spine doesn't need to be straight. Just want to make sure your shoulders are rolled away from your ears. Just breathing deeply here. Hamstrings are very commonly tight, so that pain that you're feeling, very normal. But remember, it's pain with a purpose. And it's all good. It's all good for you. Just make sure you're breathing, getting oxygen to those muscles. I'm going to do a few more breaths. And we'll walk the hands back in, straightening the spine. I'm going to do that twist on the other side. So bring the left leg in to the opposite side of the right leg, the right arm up to the opposite side of the left knee, and turn back to look over your shoulder. One more breath. And on the inhale, we're coming back to center, and we're going to grab a hold of that foot, straighten Remember to roll out the ankle, flexing and pointing, lubricating that joint. It's really important to be creative and playful in a yoga practice. It's really just about feeling good. That's all we want, is to feel good. Breathing in, straightening the spine a little more. Bring that leg back down. I'm going to do another rolling sit-up. I'm just going to come a little forward on my mat, tucking the tailbone under. Breathing in, arms overhead. Breathing out, your arms can come forward and you're just rolling on down as slowly as possible. Breathing in again, arms overhead. On the out breath, we're going to just roll back up. Once that spine is straight, inhaling to straighten a little more. Just doing some side bends. Bring those arms back down. You can even come forward again. Rolling back up. Now that our spine is nice and warmed up, so now we're going to go into reverse plank. You're going to ground your feet, ground your heels in your hands, and fire up your core. You're going to lift the hips high. And if this is already challenging, you can just hold here, breathing deeply, or you can lift one leg at a time. You can even bend and crunch those legs in. Still breathing deeply here. I'm going to do this for 5 more breaths. You can slowly lower your hips down. We'll shake out the wrists. Now we're going to do reverse tabletop pose. So you can ground your feet again, bringing them closer to the hips, and similar to the reverse plank, we're going to bring our hips up to the sky, stretching out of those shoulders, looking to the ceiling. Make sure you're not crunching your neck in here. And if this is challenging enough, you could stay here, or you can bend the knees again into the chest. I'm going to do this for 5 breaths. You can bring the hips back down, shaking out the wrists again. And now we're going to come into figure 4 pose. I'm actually going to do this lying down. So you can bring one knee in, cross the ankle over the knee on the left leg. You can bring the left knee into the chest. I like to rock side to side just to get a deeper stretch on the hip. And then we're going to cross our right knee over our left and bring both legs to the left side for a laying spinal twist. We're just gonna breathe here for a couple of breaths. Now using your core to bring your legs back over into tabletop, we're going to untwist the legs and do a figure four on the other side. So bringing that ankle in front of the knee, you can push away the opposite knee and bring the right leg close to the chest. This feels really, really good on a tight hip. Just moving in any direction that feels good to you. And just taking your time with it. And then we're going to cross that leg over the right leg and bring them to the opposite side. Just resting here. Breathing deeply into that twist. Trying to relax your shoulders flat on the mat. And we're going to bring the hips back into tabletop and hugging them in towards your chest. Just rolling side to side to massage that lower back. And then I like to push my knees away from my chest, bringing my head up for a stretch on the upper back, rolling back down. It's just this pumping motion that feels really good. You can put your hands on your knees and draw little circles with your knees. Open up the hips a little more. Then we're going to get a hold of the back of our leg and rock back and forth to roll on up. And then we're going to do our vinyasana. So bring your feet back behind you into plank, breathing in, and then breathing out, slowly lowering down, and then pushing forward, inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale into downward dog. This is our first downward dog, so it may be a little tight. Just stretching, walking out the feet here. And pushing the hips to the back of your mat. A low lunge on the right side to lift the right leg up to the sky. Single-legged, downward facing dog. You can bend the knee here and roll out the hip drawing a circle with the knee to open up your hip. And then you can draw your knee into your chest. You can hold here for a beat, bringing that foot to center and the left knee down. And we're just going to push our hips towards the mat. Breathing in, looking forward. I'm going to find some movement here by bending and straightening the knees. So flex the foot. You can flex the right foot here to protect the knee. Just moving those hips backwards and forwards. On the inhale, looking forward. On the exhale, looking behind. We can pause here. This is half splits. You can bring your right hand up overhead for a twist. You can look to the ceiling. And we're going to rotate our hand behind us, back to the front of the mat, bending the knee. And then we're going to turn facing our right side, grab a hold of the left leg with the right hand for a quad stretch. This is really intense. So if you just want a twist, you can keep that leg down and look behind you. Melting those hips down to the floor. And slowly lower the left foot. Then we're going to bring our left knee up into runner's lunge. We're going to bring our arms overhead, really using the strength of our legs to lift ourselves up. And straighten and bend the knees here. Flowing with the breath. We're going to turn out into warrior pose. Straightening the arms, pushing that right knee open, and turning the back foot parallel to the mat. And we can do side angle here. You can bring your arm over, straighten. Think of drawing a line from your left foot to your left hand. And we can do reverse that motion, opening the chest, bringing the opposite arm overhead, reversing that motion. Now we're going to roll the hand back down, and the opposite arm comes to the floor. Both hands come to the mat, bending the knee here, and going back into our vinyasana. Breathing in for plank, out for chaturanga, in for upward facing dog, and out for downward facing dog. Notice if this pose feels different from the last time you were in it, perhaps on the right side. Maybe it feels a little more loose. If not, that's okay. I'm going to repeat all that we did on the right side, on the left side. So bringing the left leg up to the sky, bending the knee, circling out the hip here. Bringing it up to the chest, holding, and then bringing the foot between the hands. You can drop that back knee down. Looking forward here. I'm going to do that same bending, straightening. Make sure you're flexing the left foot. My hips are super tight today because I did a full body workout yesterday, and quite challenging, but that's all right. And the next time your leg is straight, you can straighten the left arm overhead for a twist, looking up to the ceiling. And then we're going to rotate our arm back down to the ground, bending the knee here, back into that low lunge. Then we're going to push our hand into our front leg, and then if you feel up to it, grab the opposite foot, looking behind you. It's a really good quad stretch. You can slowly lower that foot back down and come back up into a runner's lunge. So bring the back knee up, using the strength in your legs to bring your arms overhead, breathing in, straightening the legs out to bend both knees. Just flowing with the breath once again. Don't worry, we're getting close to the end of the practice. We're going to turn out into warrior because we're super strong like a warrior. Just finding stability in the feet. Straightening the arms, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And then reaching our arm over for side angle. Make sure you're not collapsing your arm into your leg here. Creating a straight line, that leg and that arm. Reversing the pose. Really reaching that hand away from the body. Even bend and straighten your front leg here. Rotating down to the mat. Breathing in. Coming down to the mat. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. And we're going to bring our knees down, widening the knees, and coming into wide-legged child's pose. Sitting the hips back. And you can walk your hands to the right side, resting with a bit of a side body stretch in this pose. Really soaking up all that work we did. Walk your hands to the opposite side. And just resting your forehead on the mat. We can walk our hands back to center. We're going to come up and fall back into Shavasana. You can get a hold of your knees and roll slowly down the mat, spreading your feet away, and your hands open to receiving. I'm going to breathe deeply here, just finding gratitude for showing up for yourself, for this space that you're in. Any little thing you could be grateful for. I'm going to do a quick body scan, just recognizing how your body's feeling after this practice. Are there any spots of tension? Can you breathe into those areas? I'm just going to lay here for about 10 breaths. Soak up the silence. Just going to breathe a little deeper, opening the chest. Just feeling open to any possibilities for the rest of your day or night. And just stay here if you please. Remember to believe in yourself and to lead with your heart. Much love. Namaste.